From Jared Leto getting so into his role as the Joker that he sent his co-stars creepy gifts, to Christian Bale losing 60 pounds for his role in The Machinist, we take a look at 15 most extreme transformations actors did for roles. Number 15. Christian Bale, The Machinist. 3 Barcelona Film Awards were among just a few of the many festival accolades this 2004 movie won. We're talking, of course, about The Machinist, starring Christian Bale. Trevor, Bale's character, hasn't slept in a year, so he begins to see people that may or may not be real. Playing the role of an anorexic insomniac, Bale needed to get a sickly skeleton look, so he started by losing 60 pounds. By the time they wrapped filming of The Machinist, the 6-foot-tall actor weighed only 120 pounds. His next role called for him to play superhero Batman in the Dark Knight series. He must have had quite a workout routine because he gained back a whopping 100 pounds. Number 14. Renee Zellweger, Bridget Jones's Diary. The lovable and relatable characters in Bridget Jones's Diary makes this an instant chick flick classic. Of these, the main character is Bridget, who is portrayed by Renee Zellweger. Workplace promotions, weight gain, and finding the one are just a few of the issues this middle-aged woman is struggling with. Add to that Bridget's accident-prone nature, and you could argue that this is the best role Zellweger has ever played. This film was adapted from a book, and Bridget's character is described as overweight. Renee Zellweger, on the other hand, is far from it. She reportedly gained 30 pounds to get into character, not just once, but 2 separate times. Zellweger commonly loses the weight after filming because she doesn't really want to promote the body shape her character does. But since they did make sequels, she had to not only lose the weight, but then figure out how to gain it back. A lack of exercise and plenty of poor eating probably made that easier than losing it. Number 13. Jared Leto, Dallas Buyers Club. Jared Leto is well known to play outlandish and interesting roles, so you had to figure you'd hear his name on this list eventually. For the movie Dallas Buyers Club, Leto went all in his role as a transgendered businesswoman named Rayon. In preparing for this role, Leto not only made various costume changes, but wore a brunette wig, put on fake nails and eyelashes, and waxed every inch of his body. In addition, he dropped 30 pounds so he could look skinnier and more feminine. We all know that losing 30 pounds isn't easy, and Jared is already a vegan, so in order to lose weight, he had to fast quite a bit, having only 1 vegetable serving per meal. On top of all that, Jared had to get rid of his famous beard. We're sure that was several pounds in itself. Number 12. Sean and Marlon Wayans, White Chicks. You won't find white chicks in any sort of critic's top 10 list, but what the world did gain from it is some great memes and a great laugh. In the film, 2 FBI agents from California go undercover. The catch? It's 2 black men who go undercover as 2 white girls. So, with the help of blonde wigs, blue contact lenses, plenty of acrylic paint, an incredible makeup team, and 8 long hours of labor, the Wayans brothers began to look more like the Hilton sisters. This comedy classic may not have gained much critical acclaim, but it did leave us with some funny, lasting images. Number 11. Tom Cruise, Tropic Thunder. In order to play movie business mogul Les Grossman in 2008's Tropic Thunder, Tom Cruise had to go through a massive aesthetic transformation. Cruise is a famous Hollywood hunk who's used to playing the action hero role, but his role as Les Grossman was quite a departure from the norm. It took hours of makeup and a fat suit to turn him into the portly yet cocky movie producer. There was buzz throughout Hollywood about Cruise's role when the movie was released, but many in the film's audience weren't quite prepared for what they saw. Between his cocky attitude, vulgarities, and less than attractive appearance, Tom Cruise's regular fans may have been forced to appreciate his acting rather than his looks. Number 10. CHARLIZE THERON, Monster. 2007's sexiest woman alive needed blotchy makeup, rotting prosthetic teeth, bleached eyebrows, and an extra 30 pounds to turn herself into serial killer Aileen Wuornos in the film Monster. It's hard to imagine this former model as a repulsive psychopath, but at least gaining 30 pounds wasn't terribly difficult. She explained, quote, "I first began stuffing myself with Krispy Kreme donuts, but after a while I got sick of them. I'm a salty girl, so I had my secret stash with me of potato chips at all times." Among various other awards, THERON earned an Oscar for Best Actress in this role. The general perception of THERON as a sex symbol was developed into a greater respect for what an incredible actress she actually is. Number 9. Heath Ledger. To anyone who knows the story of Heath Ledger's total transformation into the Joker, it's easy to see how such an immense dedication to your role can affect your outlook on life. This performance by Heath Ledger is something that many actors aspire to, and some people question if any actor will ever be able to do the role of the Joker even remotely as good. Although there was minimal physical transformation for Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, the psychological and emotional change was quite obvious. Heath Ledger's father actually appears in a documentary about his life, entitled Too Young to Die, and he shares the actor's journal that he kept when playing the Joker. His last journal entry has the words "Bye Bye" written across it. Number 8. Chris Pratt, Guardians of the Galaxy. While this transformation doesn't get nearly as much credit, Chris Pratt had to drop 60 pounds in 6 months for his role in Guardians of the Galaxy. Before taking on the superhero transformation, Pratt was considered to be overweight. In order to turn much of his fat into muscle, he did 3 or 4 hours a day of consistent, quote, "ass-kicking hard work," end quote. Rather than limiting the amount of calories he could have per day, they actually upped his intake to 3,000 calories, but made sure they were clean calories. Pratt's dedication for this role helped Guardians of the Galaxy become a refreshing superhero movie done right. Number 7. Robert De Niro, Taxi Driver. Yeah, we're talking to you. A quick search on Google will bring up many images of Robert De Niro, but if you search Robert De Niro and Taxi Driver, you'll probably find quite a few interesting pictures. That's right, the ones when he's 33 years old with a mohawk and pale skin. Here he's portraying Travis Bickle, a psychologically disturbed taxi driver and Vietnam War vet. For the role, De Niro had to shave his head and try different wigs, including the mohawk. The film received many Oscars and other notable awards, and De Niro's performance is thought of as one of the greatest of all time. Number 6. Matthew McConaughey, Dallas Buyers Club. This muscular sex symbol had to slim down significantly to play Ron Woodruff, a homophobic gay cowboy who contracted AIDS in the 1980s. McConaughey ended up shedding 47 pounds of both fat and muscle to get down to the 135-pound mark. By the way, he's 6 feet tall. For his efforts, McConaughey earned an Oscar for Best Leading Male. This is one dazzling role for which McConaughey has proved his place in Hollywood. Number 5. Jared Leto, Suicide Squad. Leto knew he had some huge shoes to fill when playing the Joker in Suicide Squad. Heath Ledger's version of the Joker will live in infamy, but fans and critics agree that Jared Leto did quite a good job of transforming himself into the Joker. In order to turn himself into the psychotic Joker, Leto reportedly started sending dead animals to his co-stars, demanded unusual tasks from the actors playing the henchmen, and refused to speak with the rest of the cast and crew. Leto thought that giving his co-stars some creepy gifts would be what the Joker would do. So he sent a live rat to Margot Robbie and a dead pig to Will Smith. Director David Ayer gave great praise to his antics, saying, quote, "He's always in character, and when he shows up here, he's in character. When he's in his trailer, he's in character. He emails me, he's in character. He's a little scary." Unfortunately, several of Leto's scenes were cut from the theatrical version of the film, leaving many of his fans to wonder why. Number 4. Natalie Portman, Black Swan. It's no secret that ballerinas have to be athletic and flexible, and the physical structure of a ballerina is very hard to replicate on film. Natalie Portman is only 5'4", and not what anyone would consider fat. To play this role, she lost 20 pounds, trained in ballet, swimming, cross-training, and endurance 6 days a week for up to 8 hours a day. After years of hard work on films like V for Vendetta and Star Wars, it was her dedication to this role that won her an Oscar for Best Leading Actress. Number 3. 50 Cent, All Things Fall Apart. Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, set aside his rhyming prowess in favor of some emotional on-screen time playing cancer-stricken Dion in All Things Fall Apart. 50's 215-pound muscular beefy structure wasn't the ideal build for a cancer patient, so his transformation began with a 9-week liquid diet and 3 hours a day on the treadmill. The results? A 40-pound weight loss which helped him authentically portray the deathly sick footballer. No one expected a transformation like this from 50 Cent, and although the movie ended up flopping, 50 Cent's hard work and dedication to the role should definitely be recognized. Number 2. Hilary Swank, Boys Don't Cry. Hilary's Golden Globes and Oscars prove that she's a remarkable actress. Films like $1 Million Baby, Amelia, and the chick flick tearjerker P.S. I Love You also show her as a dedicated artist. Her true claim to fame, however, will always be the performance of Brandon Teena in Boys Don't Cry. Brandon Teena is a confused female who adopts a male identity. The 1999 film caused many controversies. Swank's performance won out critics, despite the controversies caused by the portrayal of a transgendered individual in the 1999 film. Right before earning the role of Brandon, Swank played a 90210 babe and explained that the transformation really showed how uncomfortable someone can be with a transgendered community. She was quoted in an interview in the year 2000 as saying, "If you don't fit into a black or white definition of boy or girl, you slip between the cracks and it's a lonely place." Overall, Hilary Swank's first Oscar for Best Leading Actress was one of 47 total awards won by the film. Number 1. Johnny Depp, Alice in Wonderland. Johnny Depp is well known to transform into the roles he plays. With characters like Officer Tom Hansen in 21 Jump Street, Captain Jack Sparrow, and Edward Scissorhands, it's hard for Depp to continue to top himself. But some people weren't even sure it was Johnny Depp when he transformed himself into the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland. Although this character could drive one to madness, Depp didn't actually go psycho for the role. It did take hours of prosthetics and makeup to achieve the look of the Wonderland character. The look was carefully designed to follow the description in the book and includes vibrant green contacts, a bright orange wig, purple lips, pale gray skin, and a very important hat. The character also contracted mercury poisoning, which led to discoloration, and his mood can be represented by different colors. It takes a lot of hard work by a makeup team to construct the character, but ultimately, it's up to the actor, in this case Johnny Depp, to make the true transformation.